Why FedEx bet their entire company in a casino. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're shifting gears to explore a captivating story from the world of business. While we typically associate casinos with games of chance, imagine a scenario where a renowned company places its entire future on the line with a daring bet. In this video, we delve into the intriguing tale of why FedEx, a global shipping giant, decided to risk it all in a casino. So let's begin. Few stories in the broad world of international logistics are as exciting as the one about FedEx. FedEx, a global transportation company that employs more than 500,000 people and has a market capitalization of more than $40 billion, transports innumerable items every day. Nevertheless, the origins of this shipping dynasty can be traced to a bold bet made by one guy with $5,000 and a fatal weekend in Las Vegas in the early 1970s. Prepare for the astounding story of FedEx. The story begins with Frederick Wallace Smith, the visionary founder of FedEx, whose journey was marked by adversity. As a young child, Fred endured the loss of his father and battled Perthes disease, a condition affecting his ability to walk. Leg braces and crutches became his companions, and he faced the hardships of bullying. However, by the age of 10, Fred triumphed over his physical limitations, embracing a love for aviation that would shape his future endeavors. During his high school years, Fred embarked on his entrepreneurial path, co-founding the Ardent Record Company, which blossomed from a modest garage studio to a thriving recording enterprise that continues to operate today. However, Fred's pursuit of education led him to Yale University in 1962, where he studied economics, temporarily shifting his focus away from business ventures. In a pivotal moment during his junior year at Yale, Fred proposed a groundbreaking concept in a term paper envisioning a revolution in the transportation of goods. At the time, packages were at the mercy of commercial airliners' cargo holds, resulting in slow and unpredictable delivery times. Fred's idea was to establish a fleet of jets operating during off-peak hours, sorting packages at a central hub, and delivering them swiftly by truck. He believed this approach would provide faster and more reliable service, particularly for urgent shipments like medical supplies or legal documents. Though Fred's enthusiasm was undeniable, his college professor graded his idea with a disappointing C, dismissing its feasibility. Despite this setback, Fred remained resolute in his conviction and sought to prove his professor wrong. However, after graduating from Yale in 1966, his plans had to be put on hold due to the escalating Vietnam War. Fred's experience as a navigator in the U.S. Marine Corps, including combat tours in Vietnam, exposed him to military logistics and highlighted the need for improved shipping processes. During his time in the military, another unexpected element entered Fred's life: Blackjack. In moments of respite, Fred honed his skills at the card game, unknowingly setting the stage for a pivotal turning point. Little did he know that his proficiency in Blackjack would soon intertwine with his shipping ambitions, forever altering the trajectory of his life and the future of the industry. After leaving the Marines in 1970, Fred returned with a determination to create something constructive. Joining his father-in-law's business, Arkansas Aviation Sales, he transformed it into a thriving aircraft dealership, boosting profits. However, Fred grew frustrated with sluggish shipping processes that hindered operations. Recalling his economics paper, he envisioned a system that could revolutionize shipments, guaranteeing nationwide delivery within 24 hours, free from the limitations of passenger planes. Fred devised a groundbreaking hub-and-spoke model, combining air and ground transportation. Non-passenger planes would transport packages to a central sorting facility where they would embark on separate roads, delivered by trucks. This visionary approach had the potential to transform the shipping industry. Overcoming financial constraints, Fred impressed investors with his profound understanding of the airline industry and secured around $91 million in loans and venture capital by 1972. This marked the birth of his groundbreaking shipping enterprise. Initially focused on check transportation, Fred sought a partnership with the Federal Reserve. His system offered an unprecedented 24-hour turnaround for checks, a vast improvement over the lengthy processing times. While the partnership eventually dissolved, Fred retained the name Federal Express, which had become synonymous with his company. On April 17, 1973, FedEx commenced operations, headquartered in Memphis for its strategic location, airport facilities, and consistent weather. That night, 14 aircraft delivered 186 packages to 25 cities nationwide, and word spread rapidly about this revolutionary overnight delivery system. Fred's long-cherished vision had finally materialized. However, unbeknownst to him, a crisis loomed on the horizon, threatening the very existence of his fledgling business. Just as Fred's business was taking off, the 1973 oil crisis hit. OPEC imposed an oil embargo on countries, including the U.S., where Fred operated. The skyrocketing fuel costs became a nightmare for FedEx, which was losing $30,000 per day. Investors were hesitant, and the company faced a $29 million loss. Fred asked employees to hold their paychecks, but it wasn't enough. With just $5,000 left and a $24,000 fuel bill, bankruptcy seemed inevitable. In a last-ditch effort, Fred pursued an investment deal with General Dynamics, but it fell through. Feeling defeated, Fred had to break the news to his team, but instead he made an impulsive decision that would change everything. He headed to Las Vegas. Fred made a bold decision, fueled by determination. He would fight until the end. Armed with the company's last $5,000, he embarked on a high-stakes gamble to save FedEx. As he landed in Las Vegas, his focus shifted to the blackjack tables. Fred's military training and knack for counting cards gave him a slight advantage, but luck remained a deciding factor. The stakes were higher than ever before, with the fate of his dream and his employees' livelihoods hanging in the balance. Amid nerve-wracking wins and losses, Fred's resilience prevailed. He turned $5,000 into $27,000, securing enough funds to pay the looming fuel bill and buy precious time. Though it was not a long-term solution, it provided a glimmer of hope as Fred headed home, ready to strategize for the future of FedEx. When Fred arrived back at FedEx, the astonishment among his team was palpable. They couldn't believe he had taken the company's last $5,000 and gambled it all. But deep down, they understood his rationale. Without paying the fuel bill, their fate was sealed, and Fred felt he had nothing left to lose. And against all odds, his audacious gamble paid off. Not only did it demonstrate Fred's unwavering commitment to the business, but it also bought him the time he needed to secure new investors. Within weeks, $11 million poured in, marking their first profitable year in 1976. In a decade where competitors played it safe, Fred saw an opportunity. While others cut costs, he chose to double down on marketing, outspending the competition with bold advertising campaigns. FedEx's market share skyrocketed as they targeted untapped territories in smaller cities, bypassing the established airline cargo routes. Their efficiency and reliability attracted major clients like IBM and the U.S. Air Force. As a result, FedEx rapidly expanded, but soon faced another hurdle: the government. During the transformative era of the 1970s, the logistics industry was undergoing a revolution. Trucking, shipping, and air transportation of packages were on the rise, but progress was stifled by airline transport regulation. The major airlines held a monopoly on moving larger goods thanks to regulatory laws that favored them. Fred Smith saw the potential if those restrictions were lifted, so he embarked on a bold mission. Teaming up with competitors, Fred lobbied the government tirelessly. In 1978, their efforts paid off as President Carter signed the Airline Deregulation Act, removing the limits. Now free to soar, Fred took FedEx public, expanded their destinations, and raised more capital. The 1980s brought rapid growth with new hubs, advanced technology, and international operations. FedEx became a global force, acquiring other companies and diversifying their services. Today, Fred Smith's visionary idea has transformed into a multi-billion-dollar empire, defying the odds and surpassing expectations. Not bad for a business idea once graded a mere C. Thanks for joining me today to learn about the incredible story of why FedEx bet their entire company in a casino. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more great content.